But Sensei, today, a lot of stuff happening in the influencer boxing space. Apparently, Misfits 12 is, I think, still going on, but lost its main event. So, hey, your boy,
who was the main event?
The one guy you wanted to watch. Do you remember his name?
No.
Come on, son.
I forget, bro. I forget.
I
know
who
it is, but I forget.
Teams, buddy. HSTikkyTokky.
Oh, HS.
Yeah, your boy.
Bro, he's not fighting?
So I don't know what happened, and it's been kind of secretive. But here's Happy Punch saying HSTikkyTokky's, I guess I'm saying that name, Misfits 12 fight has been canceled after talks for a massive bout this spring have emerged. So I assume that means...
Oh, they got a bigger fight. Who was his opponent? That's
Brazil card. His opponent was this guy, Teo Ricky, the Thirst Trap Lord on Instagram. You want to see his pictures? I can show you.
Why do you sound excited?
You want to see him. You do want to see him.
Why do you sound excited?
Hey, listen, you're the one smiling right now. I don't know.
You know who
my audio listeners, he's salivating.
I saw a football player, and I'm like, this is Wade's new favorite guy here.
Oh, God. Hold on. Let's see. Before you get into that, here's Teo Ricky, who he was going to fight.
When I say it, I bet you're going to be like, yep.
This is Teo Ricky. What are you saying? 1 out of 10 build. What are you saying? Not the girl.
He got a good build. It's just
what's throwing you off?
The calves, maybe? I don't know.
He
got calves like me.
Oh, that's crazy. You just being disrespectful.
He got calves like me. When I saw him, I was like, oh, that's what I felt like.
He does have arms.
And I'm like, I get a little sad for a second.
I was gonna say the nipple piercings are throwing me off, bro.
Okay.
You didn't see those? Oh yeah, all of a sudden you didn't see that. No, yeah.
I didn't see him. I don't
care to tell you. I was locked in.
Does he have them on right now?
Yeah, hold on. Look. Okay, maybe they're not in there. So this was who he was going to fight. No boxing. Okay, he doing the freaking titty bounce. No boxing footage of the man, unfortunately. See, look. Told you.
Oh,
that shit's gotta hurt, dog.
That's rough.
You ever had anything pierced?
Nope. No piercings, no tattoos.
No ear piercings, nothing? No tattoos. I know
we the traditional Puerto Ricans out here.
I was gonna say, is that Pops would, you know what I'm saying? He ain't going for none of that, huh?
Yeah, I feel like in Puerto Rican culture, it's either or. Like my grandmother, it's like my mom, it's my dad's, my mom's side. Mm-hmm. They're either like, yeah, it's whatever, or it's like, don't have it anywhere.
Yeah, facts.
And that's because of
it's your temple. Body's your temple.
Correct. It's Catholicism.
Yeah, bro. I was gonna say, what it is. You know where I come from.
That Catholic Church, right? Yep.
No Catholic church. We the Christian Baptist down south. You get a marking on you, and I'm gonna leave you with a couple more type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Get the switch out. You know what a switch is, Sensei?
Yes.
You ever gotten the switch out on you?
No, we just get sparring gear.
Oh, see, that makes it that when you get to a certain age, Dad would do that as well. But when you're a kid, especially if you I'm gonna tell y'all a story. When I would mess up in school, right? You know, so one time I got spanked in school. I got paddled in school.
By a teacher?
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
And I wasn't even on the little you're allowed to get paddled.
You were definitely in a sundown town, dude. Definitely.
Well, there was like a list. You could paddle my son or, my child or not. And I wasn't on the you can paddle my child list.
Bro, the South is like 50 years
what do you
off
mean?
on everything, bro. What
Paddling is a thing. The principal used to have a paddle, like a
no,
wooden
it's not. My dad told me stories about this for him.
I got paddled in school.
You're younger than me, bro. That's like what? Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, my mom rocked up there ready to raise hell, son. I'm talking, you ain't seen Mama Plim ready to swing on somebody.
Okay, they weren't like, this is the way it is.
Well, for some kids it was, but I was not on the list. Like, my mom did not say you can paddle my son. Well, you said there was like a permission slip kind of. So when they did it, my mom rocked up. And my mom, she's tall. She's like 6 foot. You know what
year is this?
I was in the 1st grade, I think. What happened was I got
90s.
caught up. I got caught up with it was probably 99, 2000. I got caught up in this group of friends that, someone's talking and then you're talking with them, but you didn't start the conversation, but you're being loud and you've been told a couple times at that point. And then you keep doing it. I probably got like 3 warnings and then All right, we going outside and you get in the paddle. So deserved probably. But anyway,
Dude,
when you're at home, I know this is bewildering to you. When you're at home, if you're at grandparents' house, especially on dad's side, grandparents, my pap, my mama, love them. Raised me right. But also, you know what I'm saying? Disciplinarians.
Oh, yeah. 100%. In your house.
So Mama would take the shoe or whatever, But Pat, Wade, go find your switch out there. I told you not to do that when we were at the yard sale. I told you not to. Told you.
Old school with it.
Bro, you got to find, and here's the thing. You got to find a switch, which switch, by the way, people that are listening, is a branch, like something on a tree.
Right.
That you got to go and pick for yourself, because if you don't act right, the punishment is you pick how you're going to get spanked, whatever.
And if you come back with like a little thing.
If you come back with like a twig, you're getting it worse.
Yep.
If you come back with something too big, though, you're doing yourself an injustice. But also, if you come back with something a little too small but still is usable, those hurt even worse. So you got to find something in the middle. I would, do my thing. Some of my brothers, though, I'm not going to name them, would try to get out of it by like stuffing shirts in the pants, you know what I'm saying? So it don't hurt so much. Or putting a book
BBL
back there or something. Yeah,
you know
facts.
I mean?
So anyway, that's what would happen if you got a tattoo, even if as like a 17, 18-year-old, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? As an adult, whatever. One of my brothers has tattoos. It is what it is. I'm thinking about getting one now, but you ain't doing that as a kid. No piercings.
Also, on the switch thing,
yeah.
The difference is, see, I don't know. It's probably worse now because, they were more physical back then, but now kids are more athletic than they used to be, and the rules have changed. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays...
Folks, stay tuned for one of our sports debates. That is
yeah, bro.
I mean, listen, if I was able to use my athleticism back then, I could get away from it. But what do you think about Misfits' main event just going kaput 2 weeks before the freaking show, dude?
Well, I mean, it wasn't really building a lot of hype anyways. So, definitely not good.
No, it's
definitely not a good thing. Not good at all.
And I think
but
another
maybe
fight
HSTikkyTokky will get a bigger fight. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe
I'm thinking when they said another fight in the spring, I'm thinking the Brazil card.
Because I feel like the TikkyTokky guy can pop if he gets the right fight, and if he has another big name, and
he's gonna knock someone out. I feel he's gonna.
If he does that against another big name, you got a star in your hands, and he already said that he wants to have 3 or 4 fights a couple of years.
Yeah, he's gonna
knock
wants
someone
to do.
Out.
He's a strong guy too.
We'll see what he says. But you saw he had sparring with Ginty before.
Knocked him out.
Yeah.
He's homies with Ed Matthews too, so that a little duo there.
So I'm saying, dude, if he's like, because now we get in the streamers. They was the YouTubers.
Oh yeah, and he's coming off the back of that where he just murked Zerka in the street.
That's going to be the future. It's got to be the streamer. It's like the new thing, bro. Because when we started, it was just straight up. It was YouTuber, and then we had some like TikTokers. You know what I'm saying? Some social influencers.
Right.
Type deal, and now we got athletes.
I think
now we got to get the streamers. If we get the streamers, influencer boxing, we're still here.
Do you think that the streamer effect carries their audience over? That's the big question everybody's asking right now. Does the audience carry over?
That's a great question. I don't know. I feel like live viewership is a powerful view.
I feel like it's a more ingrained viewer, you would think, right?
Yeah, man. When it's harder view to get.
100%.
You know this. It's like when you get live viewers and it's popping, that's legit. So it's got to be, I feel like.
I think so. I think that, and I can attest to that because on YouTube, like when I do my live streams, I'm not getting 300,000 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have that ingrained audience that's coming back for the live stream. So maybe, man, maybe. I'm trying to see right now what else is on the Misfits card. Now, here's the thing. There's been a lot of debate recently over is influencer boxing dying, right? And one of the reasons for debate, obviously, is because like we're not having a lot of big fights right now. Like what's going on?
Right. No big names.
Well, Mams Taylor has spoken about that, and he's been like, listen, there's going to be down periods. You said that same thing. The problem is, for me, it's not even a problem. It's a question. Would you rather have down periods with cards? Now, I know that this is probably a contractual thing, would you rather have these down periods with cards that are maybe not as hyped to build to the bigger fights, or would you just rather not have these cards at all and just do the bigger fights with less events?
I'd rather. I mean,
because you do have that opportunity, right?
I do say I'd rather have just the bigger events, but I think it's important for people to develop because that's how we find out. That's how we find these people. That's how we like.
Is it
like
though?
Showstar, right? Showstar was kind of smaller. You know what I mean?
But it
was
though?
big. They had some big names on the top. You had like Soul Poppy. The undercards. You got to create opportunity for undercard fighters. You know, like I fought as an undercard fighter, but it was a big event. You know,
but why did you fight as an undercard fighter? Was it because we were trying to figure out if you were a social media influencer or not, or that your name was going to grow off of it, or did we know who you were and because of that you were put on that card?
Some people knew I was, but it wasn't like
people knew. Who
I mean, it was the post, but it was post the KSI fight, so I had some pop from the KSI fight with Joe Weller. So that was obviously that.
But you were also a big YouTuber by even the first Joe Weller fight, comparatively to some of the people that
even
are on
like
the other cards
Overflow.
now.
Look at PJ. PJ has been able to get fights and make himself a part of the YouTube team just from our fight.
But exactly, I can agree with that. But is PJ growing?
But it wasn't. I would agree. It was on a big fight though. You know what I mean?
So that's the thing with me is like, and I know this is what like the way it's going to sound. It's like, oh, Wade's not trying to support. No, I am.
I would rather have big events. Of course, I would. I think
But my
those other
question
ones
is this: is the
hurt.
are the big events helped by these smaller cards? That's my question.
It's so tough with fighting, bro. Because to me, as a combat sports fan, it really depends on the fight performance. Because you have big events. Yeah, but like what I'm saying is the virality of a fight and how it pops. If you have Salt Poppy and Andy Worski, even on this fight, when it comes down to a social post, because you know me, I'm big on like, yeah, dude, if it pops on socials, people go, what's that? People interact with it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. Like, look at Pacquiao and Salt Poppy because he was Filipino. I don't know if there's going to be some influencer from a certain niche that does something. Then all of a sudden, you get a big time guy who's like, I'm also from that town. What the heck?
Right.
Boom.
There's
that
the
happens.
potential
Like, look at Jake Paul. I mean, Jake Paul was big, but like the Ohio connection, and you had guys were from Cleveland. Like, you get those type of things. The Brazil card,
potentially.
You know what I mean? You
the
have
Brazil card is going to be headlined by some names, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but like Winderson,
a name,
right? Winderson, superstar from that light, but again, I know what I'm saying about big events, but I'm saying like those connections can happen with a great moment. If there's a big moment in a certain fight, especially when it's fighting with knockouts and things like that, if you get somebody who looks apart and they crack somebody, even like female fighters or like undernamed fighters, you go, who is this guy? What? That's all. You know, you and I, if we see a highlight all of a sudden, we got to talk about it. If somebody put somebody out, we're like, who is this? And then they're this person. And then let's say that person is also somehow connected. It's like freaking Patty Pimblett or something. And then Patty's talking to UFC. Yeah, we got an influencer boxer too, bro. I'll be a trainer. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
There's the potential for the snowball effect.
Right. But in generally speaking, I said no. I would rather have big events.
I just feel like the reason I asked the question is not to like, shut down the smaller events, because the smaller events can be important for the reasons that you said. Absolutely, you can have a spin-off star. Like Dean headlined a smaller event, and he's now in a position where it's like he's a big name. He's probably gonna get a big fight.
You see it and you go, whoa.
Right. So there's that
get
potential.
a chance to see him. Yeah.
My only question is, what are we doing with the smaller cards? Because my opinion is they should be 100% for sure builders of the bigger cards. Like, you should put people on that card that you want to become stars. Now, granted, you don't always know that, and this is influencer boxing. We got a limited amount of people to select from.
Yeah.
But like you said, and this is the issue I have with the Misfits 12 card, it's not really an issue, but it's just like people are like, oh, you guys should cover it. You guys should cover it. Cover what? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they had the TikkyTokky was like, they had
HS,
this guy.
we're ready. I'm down with it. You know what I'm saying?
And that was smart.
Fox,
I mean, it was a
I'm
smart
down
card,
with it.
but
I
you
like
had
Fox,
him as a headliner, and you got Fox. Yeah, but I mean, you had TikkyTokky as your headliner, which for a smaller card, not bad.
No, I'm down with that. But
now that it's out, you're like, ugh.
Well, I'm sure that we'll see what they get.
But that's how, honestly, I feel like that's how it is in combat sports. You get like boxing. I feel like
but that's
we're not even talking MMA.
Right? We're talking.
I feel like
we
boxing
watch the
is
smaller
worse.
cards for MMA and boxing because we know those guys are prospects. We know, oh shit, this
no,
guy's
but I'm saying in boxing, if we're watching a freaking Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis or whatever, or whoever, a big name, tanking these guys, and that goes out, It's
Card's
like
done.
GG's to
Card's
that
done.
card. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying in boxing, and MMA is different. In UFC, like where
You got
UFC
stacked cards, yeah.
you got stacked cards. But in boxing specifically, I feel like it's even more top heavy. So when you lose your main event, and it's supposed to already be a smaller card, like let's say you have
tough.
boxing and it's
But it has
already
happened
supposed to be a
too,
smaller
by the way.
card.
It happened for Dean. Dean was able to elevate because Vitor pulled. That's the thing too with these Misfits events. We get, it's influencer boxing, so it's going to happen. But we get
it's also boxing
pullouts, bro.
Yeah, it's
and
also
close
boxing.
to the card,
Influencer.
dude. Like this is almost every event. If I think about it, I'm sure there has been I feel like almost every event we've had a pullout close to, if not the main event.
Yeah, I mean, it's combat sports. It's fighting.
It's gonna happen.
To me, it's like it's
also
always
going
gonna
to
happen,
right? Like this isn't like someone got hurt and pulled out. They're just like we're just.
And
not
it's
gonna put
more
you on.
likely, and it happens a lot in combat sports, and it's also more likely to happen in influencer boxing because this
double
is
down effect. Exactly.
Right.
Like
So, but I think
need to be.
I know when you lose a main event, it's tough, and and this is supposed to be a smaller event, and you're riding on it like completely, essentially. You know.
Yeah.
So it's already.
What do you think they
GGs.
do?
Double GGs.
Who do you think they get? Maybe they have already got somebody. I actually don't know.
Yeah. That's the one thing. Maybe influencer boxing, you might get someone to step up quickly.
Well, that's the thing too. Like maybe you get someone coming on short notice. Oh yeah, OJ's fighting. OJ and Ashley Rexu. We'll watch that for sure.
Oh, there you go. There's your main. No.
Yeah, you might have to.
There you go. That's a dope main.
Because like think about it.
But here's the thing: if they don't perform well.
But you already have. I know. But
It's always down to that, bro.
But you already have a storyline there. Like if you're basing this main event off a core audience anyway, right? Because you're not getting a casual audience with these smaller cards. You're just not.
No.
Your core audience is wanting to look at a storyline. Well, you kind of have one there with Ashley and OJ. Not that there's anything personal there, but because both of them are begrudging, trying to push themselves to that next level. So I just hate to see.
That's actually not bad. I forgot, honestly.
Maybe you can fumble yourself into one, not on accident really, but it just sucks to see like when these smaller cards happen. I almost kind of go, man, are we helping or hurting the bigger cards by using these?
Yeah, because I know what you're saying, because when we used to do it, it was only big events, and we would always the next one. But we didn't talk about smaller ones.
The contract that Misfits has, maybe there's just nothing. You have to. We got to give you 6 events.
It is what it is.
Yeah, right.
But also, do it. The pool, the upside is that I feel like now the pool is bigger of fighters. The pool is way bigger now.
But is the pool bigger of entertainers, influencers, or are we just having fighters?
Not top heavy. The pool is not bigger at the top, for sure,
or bottom.
But
let's be honest, because
I feel like
we have more people willing to fight. Yes,
right. But more people. I would say there's more people now that we care about if they were fighting. That's for sure. If they were fighting like Sue and Jose, we care. No, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I'm saying the scene itself. You know what I mean?
But even fans are like, oh, but they are tweeting about. But what about these? That was not happening before. It was like the top guys, and then that's it. It was like whatever.
Right.
No one cared about anything else.
I agree with you there, but it's a very small percentage of diehard fans. Is my point. And maybe that's the people that you build the scene on and you grow with.
That's what I'm saying, because you have like boxing, right? You have the casual fan, but then you got the diehards.
Yeah.
And that's what you get. But like influencer boxing is going to be smaller because obviously it's a much smaller community. Yeah. So it's just a smaller like range. Yeah. But I do agree. I wish it was just like obviously less. What
would be like the magic number for you? 3? 4?
Like a year?
4 a year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be the magic number, but that's probably not.
But again, if you had like
they did
TikkyTokky, if they were able to do it and you had like really great moments, I still think it comes down to
you're trying to pick.
If you had 10
gamble on the
10
moment.
events, right? If you had 10 events and those all those 10 events, you had like sick moments, then yeah, cool.
But what if you have 10 events that?
Yeah, But this is what happens in combat sports. You have like.
But the business goes on in combat sports regardless.
Yeah.
Of
course.
Because you're selling tickets based off of skill in the ring.
Well, in the UFC it does it because of the brand, but boxers do just by individual promotions and fighters.
Boxing the business is going on because there's big money players in the game now, son.
Right, for years. Yeah. So it's just it's tough to compare.
Misfits, Turkey Al Shade, what's up?
But honestly, I'll say this. I'll say this though. Influencer boxing.
Yeah.
Is the fact that it's still around to me is still crazy because I you know me, I look at things from like a super
You've been around.
like outside perspective. What other sport has a quote unquote gimmicky version of it that's even relatively alive? No other sport.
No other
like
sport.
Even basketball.
Has,
like you have the big three, and it's like Ice Cube, and you get NBA players, and still you can't get people in the seats, dude.
No other sport has the draw ability in one person like influencer boxing at the very top. Outside of, your Conor McGregor's, there's not.
I know, yeah.
Like even like when you bring Ryan and Tank together, yes, but Ryan and Tank separate, no. Not to that level.
And the fact that we have like influencers like Dean and stuff like and Jake and even Case like going back with professionals, going back and forth.
Yeah, Dean's doing the thing.
Like
with
imagine
right
like there was like some influencer basketball league, bro, and then like there's a like Damian Lillard is like, yo, come see me on the court. Like that's what's happening.
Crazy.
Like that Ryan or was it Shakur with with Dean? Like that's actually crazy to me. That's like imagine a football. We got a football league like me playing semi-pro, and there's like and like Jalen Ramsey's like, yo, Sensei, come see me.
Come see me. I'm gonna give you. Yeah.
That's crazy to me. That's crazy. It's hard because we're in it and we're like, see, but like when I step back, I'm like, it's still kind of wild to me.
Yeah,
it's just
no,
weird.
it is. Apparently, they're gonna spar. That's what Dean is saying. They're gonna.
That's crazy.
Gotta go get that work in sparring. That'd be interesting. If they, I mean, listen, I don't like call for people to spar on video a lot, but for influencers, man, you might have to. You know what I'm saying?
If we're doing that,
if you're going to spar him, you might have to. If it goes like, depending on, but
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, man, listen, I hope that they get their replacement for Misfits 12. We'll be watching it, regardless, so we can give you guys something to digest on it. But as of right now, I would say the most excited I am is for OJ and Ashley Raksu, and then just see what my boy Fox does.
Who's Fox fighting? Who's he fighting?
Small Spartan J, the guy that won versus couple. Yeah.
Oh, that looks fun.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Dude, fair play to Fox. They said he freaking has been living in the UK for like 3 months.
Damn.
With his coach, like on his couch or something.
Committed, bro.
Straight up committed. You don't see that, man. So hopefully that goes well for him.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.